Good afternoon, my dear colleagues, Excellency, my participants from Sudan, and my friends from Africa as well as the other countries. It's my pleasure to stand here and to share with you some of my ideas about cultural diplomacy. And it's like we're going to have a little discussion. Actually, it's going to be a primary discussion about the cultural diplomacy, about the peace. And it's just like reminding by ourselves and reminding the history by what peace means. So I think it's my own perspective way, like humanity means peace. And as we are human beings, every human has a right to live. And we can live only with a peace. So guys, you agree with me? We can live only with a peace, isn't it? So we're going to discuss about peace buildings and principle of peace buildings. So each and everything in life have procedure and have points which we can go on it and then to achieve our aim. About the peace, it is a great word. What means life? I believe something. Fantasy is what people want, but reality is what they need. And the world now, we have found out what exactly we need. We are in need of peace, and everyone have a right to live. So we're going to have a small presentation about principles of peace building and conflict resolution. The photo contains like most of some young children from different parts of the world, and they have right to live. All people desire to live in a world of peace and harmony. A peace in all religions based on peace. In the Buddha, there is a sentence which calls us, we are what we are thinking. All that we are rises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we make the world. Conflict begins within the individual, selfishness and unselfish. It is a very describable photo. According to UNESCO constitutions, since war began in the minds men, it is in the minds of the men that the defense of the peace must be constructed. So this is our purpose, mind and body. It's like reversible action and reversible relation. Now we talks about the selfishness. So means living for oneself. Urban's lust, explosion, vigilance, greed, and vengeance. This is the basics for conflicts. Unselfishness is totally different. It's humility, self-control, service for communities, fairness, generosity, and forgiveness. Nelson Mandela, the first thing is to be honest with yourself. You can never have an impact on a society if you not change yourself. And he's totally right in this. It's a sources of conflicts. It's a spiritual sources of conflicts, individual sources of conflicts, family sources of conflict, national and international. It's a historical sources of national conflict, national crimes, burden future generation. This is such like what's happening in U.S. Civil War, and ethnic, religious, Semitics accumulates. This is an Balkan conflict. It's also a result of that. And this is the individual choices for resolve repeated past conflicts, past and future. Each person passes on there, either the problem or either the solution. Does fighting resolve conflict? Of course, no. But fighting can be necessary for self-defense sometimes and to defend the weak. Fighting does not resolve a conflict, as defeating an enemy does not answer his grievances and end of his hurted and defeat tempted to seek revenge. This is the result of the First World War. It was just like its choice surrender of the German nearby Paris border, and the second photo also as well described above the Adolf Hitler when he was visiting some places for the army. This is the result of World War II. See Marshall and the Marshall Plan into other documentation for the World War II. So basis of conflict resolution, state of harmony, and a state of conflict. It was in a deep color and now it's going bright color because of lost. Unselfishness, right, loving relationship. It's totally different, like selfishness, wrong, broken relationship. Steps in conflict resolution. Consider how we might have a death with a problem differently. Take responsibility for one's contribution to the conflict. It's Dr. Martin Luther King. He fought and he suffered a lot in US. Finally, he decided to write this nice sentence, which I do believe it. I like it so much. We never get rid of an enemy by meeting hate with hate. We get rid of an enemy by getting rid of enmity. It's true. Here we go now, steps in conflict resolutions. Step 2, it's totally 3 steps. Let's reverse a situation, address whatever caused the other to feel hurt and violated. Be open to effort, reconcile, and seek to correct injustice. Step 3, reconciliation and renewal. Give up a claim for retaliation, forgive and be open to receive forgiveness. Resolve to help the other to change, foster goodwill. Action lead to the peace, humility, generosity, service. Great act of love, winning over one's enemy, giving even to those who have done one harm, convert the enemy into friend, reverse innocent partners to abuse the revenge. It's in the Bible. Jesus saying, I say to you, love your enemies and pray for those who curse you. Do good to those who hate you and pray for those who persecute you, so that may be son of your Father in heaven. It's from Bible, and this is from Islam, the one who forgive when he is in a position of a power. So I think religions and all the religions based on peace and conflict, fightings, it is a man-made. We all in life believe in our religion. Few who does not believe in that. So I think Islam, Buddha, Jewish, Bible, all about the peace. What is needed? Leadership and converted to true love, ambassadors of peace. Who those will be? We are. Future generation. Cute ambassador of peace, show concern for both sides, affirm the value of both sides, gain trust from both sides, that each being treated, aim for the win-win outcome. Guide both sides beyond blame and accusation. Mediation skills towards the offender, help the offender accept responsibility, encourage admission of wrong, help the offender accept the challenges of reconciliation, avoid labeling and blaming, prize, and offer a second chance. Mediation skills towards the offender. Help the offender forgive and release grudges, help the orphan recognize an all fault, help the orphan to accept an apology, foster harmony and friendship with the offender. It's promoting a peace and reconciliation service program, sport competitions, because it's like, doesn't need any language or any religions. Cultural program also, as we are here, we are from different parts of the world, like different languages, different religions. But we believe in cultural diplomacy, we believe in peace. That's why we're here. Dialogue between religious women, peacemaker. It's Mahatma Gandhi in India. He suffered a lot because of human being. Saying, when I despair, remember that all through history, the ways of truth and love have always some, always even one. Anwar Sadat is an Arabian, he was an Arabian president of Egypt, and it was a long fight with Israel. Finally, he was saying good words to Israel. Any life that is lost in a war is a human life, be it that of an Arab or Israeli. Innocent children who are deprived of the care and compassion of their parents are ours. They are ours. It's true, be they living on Arab or Israeli land. Sun Mayang to the Chinese also. When you understand that heart of God, could you take revenge of your enemy? Of course no. And now we are, I have some poets like to add about, I just would like to find up questions and like how we finally, after a long fight between countries, as we are in Africa now, we are suffering from the fighting, some from poverty, health, less education. Have we found anything after a long fight? No. I think it is a role of the peace in developing countries. I think it's like reflecting on generation and their right for live. Religious, and how about the peace? None of us, none of those fighting countries, they have sat down and read their religious carefully. If they have read it, they would have found it based on peace. Does fighting will resolve, will finish up? No, of course, only peace can spread up. Is the wisdom to fight? Of course no, because more peoples, non-education, there is no health, victims, refugees, poverty. No, this is all because of fightings and conflicts. What does fighting do? In the end of the world, we'll be having like crisis, victims, they'll be dying out of food, as it happened now in some African countries. Recently, I was a scout boy. Like because of meetings, they have created now a new project which is called as Messenger Peace. And now they are trying to spread it up in most of the world, which deals exactly with how to build up a peace, how we can create a generation with a peace, how we can plant the peace and the peaceful life in our countries and our communities. We are tired of fightings, we're tired of crisis. I'm talking about the Africa. We are now in the third level in the world because of fighting. Does fighting did anything for us? Of course, no. That's why we aren't living. We praying God. We asking the Lord to help us in a peace, to correct our life, to change our mind. And thank you for your attention. With the respect of seniority, and as me and Dr. John, we always talks about this, the respect of seniority, I'll ask him to come and add something if he doesn't mind, because we always talks about why we are in this level. I would like to excuse you to ask him to come to the front and talks about his own also idea and about discussion. Last time we met about the peace and how we can spread the peace. And on behalf of me, he will answer the questions. Thank you.